Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? My name's John O'Cassin. This is the Warm and Toasty Club Online Memory Afternoon, episode 83. 83, yes, indeed. It's been a long old year. How's life out there? Are you doing good in this overcast day in Colchester? How is it where you are? I hope it's well. Good. It's well good. We've got a lovely show. Oh. What? Who's that? I heard some noise coming over. Someone in the gremlins in the system. We've got a lovely show. We've got the retro raffle coming up, a question and a virtual prize. We've got a video from Marina Florence. We've also got a video from Marie Saunders coming up in a little while. Two of our faves. We've got musical of the week, possibly for the last time ever, possibly. I don't know. There might be more. We'll see. Of course, we've got a short Jeanette's poem of the week, and we have two lovely people to join us. Jeanette and Tom, our lovely co-hosts, are here today. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Good to see you. Sounding so bright and bubbly.
Good to see you too.
Am I really
so
loud?
Colourful. No, you're perfect in my ear.
Good.
Only in one. But I like the colours on your screen. Everything's all a little bit monochrome here, and I haven't got my check shirt on.
Well, it's because of the background.
Did you not get the memo?
I didn't get the memo. No.
The check shirt memo.
Oh.
That's a disappointment, Tom.
It is. It went round.
Did you not send it to me on purpose so that I would be the person? Do you know what? I'm going to a Works Christmas do next Friday, and they said that last year they'd told one of the guys that they were all going to be wearing Christmas jumpers, and of course they all dressed up really smart, apart from this one guy that turned up in his full-on Christmas jumper.
It's a bit mean.
Yeah, I wonder if they can do that to me next week. Yeah, no, dress up, really smart, you know.
It's a nudist party. That's where they'll go.
Well, they'll just think that, I don't know what Jeanette's wearing, but that's a shimmering creation that needs ironing.
Because the nearest we get to a Works do is our show on the 17th, is it?
I was going to say,
I may or may not be here.
Which you might be not available.
Well, I might be if I can get out of court early.
Well, yeah.
She's been arrested,
Not
everybody.
I told you about this. Don't keep me on things like that. Some people, I won't mention any names, feel that they can also jump on the bandwagon and be.
Oh no,
they don't know me well enough. If you're not my friend, don't tease me. I'm not going to name names. I'll tell you later.
You was going to say something, Tom.
Yeah, your Christmas do. I mean, you only work for yourself, don't you?
Well, no, because
I have somebody else's Christmas do.
I have 5 different clients that I work for every week.
Do you have to take them out?
Well, no, they take me out, which is really bizarre.
What, 5 Christmas do's?
No, but at least one.
Sounds fair, doesn't it?
So, well, they treat me like employees. I've just done a photo shoot this week for another of my clients, and it's for some big PR blog, and they've taken photos. Meet the team. I'm just going to go on the website like I'm actually employed by them, and they don't want me to. I said that I'm going to retire in 3 years' time, and they're like, "No, you're not. No, you can work from a beach. You've got your laptop, Wi-Fi. You'll be fine. You're not going anywhere." So
nice
I'm like an employee. It is very nice to be wanted.
It is a thing now, isn't it? People travelling around and working.
Well, especially since lockdown, when we've all worked from home, and as we know only too well, Tom, that we can broadcast this from anywher in the world with a bit of Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
it's true. Sorry, Tom.
When we were in Greece, we met a woman travelling with her son, quite a young. I mean, what was he? Maybe 6 or 7, that sort of age. And I mean, she was working from her van, and she did lessons like English lessons and stuff. And
Yeah, why not?
online, yeah.
I think the whole world is going to be changing gradually, and this whole pandemic thing has changed so much, and the way we think about things and the way we work towards things. Some good, some bad, but I think just be prepared for anything now.
Yeah, I saw there was a coffee company, and before the lockdown, they used to go round to businesses individually, and they'd take coffees, sit down, try them with them. But during the pandemic, they didn't know what to do, so they started doing sort of things like what we're doing, and coffee tasting, and they had people come along that they knew from who they could allow to be in their bubble. And they broadcast, and they said we've reached, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 times more people than normal, and we're not going to go back to going to each individual business.
Yeah,
and it works for them really well. So yeah, really good. Changed the world. The world's changed, but it looks like it's going to be a different kind of thing in that regard. But it's looked more promising in regard to lockdown and things like that, doesn't it?
yeah, that does. I get my booster next week. Next week? Next week.
Yeah, not
actually,
long after you, end of the month, I think.
Yeah, no, actually, it's on the 1st of December, so a week after next.
Oh, I'm a day before you then.
Oh, and Lorraine is 2 days before me.
Lorraine!
Why is she getting a booster early? She's quite young, isn't she, Lorraine?
She is very young, obviously, my little baby sister. But she, because she's a befriender, and she was seeing her lovely old lady, so she got on the whole thing. But of course, sadly, Betty died of COVID. But Lorraine's already on that kind of, she had a jab then, and she had a second one then, and so now she has a booster.
Well, they're calling them in early, aren't they, now?
Well, I don't know, it's 6 months for Lorraine and I, so...
No, they said on the news 5 months. Anyway.
Oh.
Let's not talk shop round here. Let's do the retro raffle.
Yes.
It's the retro raffle, and it's coming to your screen. Aye. It's the retro raffle. Never has been seen. Come on. It's the retro raffle.
One time. I was the Fugees then.
It's coming to your screen. Retro raffle, Facebook Live. Shabba. one time. Right. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Hello to Keith. Hello to Christine. Hello to Kim, Duncan, and Karen. Great to see you all with us. I hope you're well. Hope you're not overcast like we are at the moment here in Colchester. Yeah, it's a bit so. But weekend of Christmas fairs. If you can get out, go to the Christmas fairs. Buy a lot of stuff that you don't need, and give it to people you don't like. Retro raffle, we have one question for you, and our prize is, we can print this out for you and send it to you. It's a lovely picture. If you win a prize, you can get a chance to win this picture of Les Dawson gurning, and we can print it out and send it to you.
Can we all have a go at this?
Yeah, all have a go. Let the good people go a bit first. But the question I want an answer to is quite a simple one. Can you name 3 comedy impressionists of the past? Simples. Hi, Rosanna. She just arrived. Problem on the line. Hope you are all okay and well. We are fine. Sorry about your problem upon the line. Glad it's resolved. Tom must be warm today, says Karen.
He's got no hoodie on.
Oh, he's got no hoodie on. Tom's got no hoodie. Yeah, he's cheeky.
He's been out there, hasn't he? So he's kind of
been out walking. I've been out walking this morning.
Excuse me.
Got the blood circulating. Warm myself up.
That's why he's called. He needs to cool down now, Karen. He's been out in the actual world. I remember it well.
Yeah, went to the old public swimming pool. Had a swim.
Tell us about that, Tom. So, for anybody that doesn't know, Colchester used to have a Lido, an open-air swimming pool, at the end of kind of the Avenue of Remembrance, and I've seen pictures of it the other day. I saved it on my phone. I should have sent it over. What's it like now? Is there any signs of the old Doodah Day, of the old swimming pool being there?
Yeah, there is still.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, so the old changing rooms, which were under the bridge, are still there, and there's some sort of gym now, some weird gym called Seventh Dimension or something. It was quite strange.
Seventh Dimension.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the picture, see if I can get it over. I'll find it.
And then you can still see the sides of the old swimming pool are still there, the concrete sides.
Oh wow, really?
And some steps down where you used to, go into the big pool, because I think there were two pools, weren't there? I think there was the baby pool and then there was the big pool. So yeah, there's still steps there.
And is it open, like you can just go along?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, one side is definitely open because it's a public sort of footpath along there. So the Remembrance Avenue side, you can walk all the way, and you can carry on out onto where they have the fairs. The club.
Oh yeah, on the flat ground where the circuses come to town, as it were.
Yeah. So you can walk out there, and you can walk along the river actually, which is a really nice walk. You can go all the way to West Burgolt.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can walk all the way out there.
I think I might need to do it. Is it somewhere you could take a dog, do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Great tourist guide.
I've seen canoeists. Is that what you call them? Or kayaks kind of around there when I've driven past and looked over.
There used to be I think there might be still a canoe club there. There's a sort of clubhouse for it, I think.
Right.
But I think people that tidy the river go in there as well in their canoes, and then sort of work their way down to the mill and take stuff out.
Trimming back overhanging stuff.
Yeah, just like plastic bags and rubbish. So yeah, there's a cleaning canoe that goes along, or a few people that get together and collect rubbish on all the way down to the mill.
Good for them.
I just was trying to get the image, and now it won't come up. Let me take the les off for a minute. That's just a quick black and white of the LiDAR. I saw one the other day, which I think was from the 70s in colour, and it was a great photo. And I don't know where I saved it to, so I found that one instead. For people who don't live local, that's the old Colchester LiDAR, which is is no longer there. So let me see a couple of questions. Impressionists. Let's see what people said. Mike Yarwood is the only one that comes to mind, says Keith. That's a good one. Duncan goes with Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, and Edouard Manet. Very funny. Very humorous. Very humorous.
He must have learnt all that humour in Norfolk last week.
Yes, they're very humorous in Norfolk.
Yeah.
Probably why they threw him back, isn't it? I think
Get back to Essex.
Yeah.
Karen says it's a tough question. I thought it might be easy. Christine says, a couple of weeks ago, Brian went axe throwing where the swimming pool used to be.
It's probably at Seventh Dimension, because that looks a weird place. Yeah,
weird place.
Like you might do some axe throwing in there. There's a guy with like pistols, like this, and the web or the email is or www, or the website is www.gunslinger.
Oh, there you go. They do axes for sure, don't they?
I'm sure they do axes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hope you had a nice time, Chris.
I saw a couple of the Matrix films last weekend, and I'm picturing now Brian in a long floor-length leather coat and shades, wraparound shades.
Yes, probably that's how he went.
Throwing an axe or two.
Brian from the Matrix.
Kim says Freddie Starr and Mike Yarwood. So you guys, comedy impressionists, do you know any? Not personally, but
any female ones? I'm thinking.
Yeah, tell us who they were. Brown. What was her name? Something Brown. She used to do
Yes, yeah.
Faith
Oh,
Brown.
Faith Brown.
Faith, yes.
Faith Brown. You
Marty
had
Kane, or she was just
Marty Kane.
Yeah.
There's another one. You had the guy John something more recent.
A
Steve.
guy called John.
Yeah, a guy
Bit more.
called
John
John.
from down the pub.
Bit more.
Great impression of Frank Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, he's just there. It's that John, isn't it?
John Coleshaw.
Coleshaw, yeah.
Oh yeah,
John
he
Coleshaw.
did all the Radio 2 comedy stuff, didn't he,
Yeah.
with Steve Wright
Yeah.
in the
I
afternoon?
think, didn't he start off on the puppet program, whatever that was?
Spitting
Spitting
Image.
Image.
Same as Steve Coogan, who was an impressionist when he started
He
out.
does some very good impressions, doesn't he, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, Rob Brydon, he does
Rob Brydon.
impressions. As Ray points out, Ronnie Ancona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she started there as well, didn't she, on Spitting Image?
Yeah. Yeah, she probably did. Yeah. Faith Brown, we met Karen Herberts. I don't know Karen Herberts. Is she an impressionist? Sounds like she could be.
Mm.
Oh, I say.
Oh.
I'm just Googling it.
I thought it'd be an easy question. I probably didn't even put it in. Comedy impressionists. Let's have a look. What are you getting, Jeanette?
Not much. What, Mike Yarwood? A lot.
Mike Yarwood.
Oh,
You got
Yeah.
Alistair McGowan.
Is he 70s?
No, it said of the past.
So what? Why am I thinking 70s then? I thought that's what you said.
Don't know. You're. Yeah, Rob Brydon, John Clegg. He's Nick Clegg's better half. Bobby Davro.
Yeah.
Do impressions? Didn't know that.
Yeah, Will Farrell.
Maybe not very good ones when you heard him.
Oh, they're all coming out. Stanley Baxter, you must remember.
Oh, yeah, Stanley Baxter.
Kevin Connolly. No, me neither. Jan Ravens. Paul Burling, who did Harry Hill. Phil Cool. Hugh Dennis. There's loads of them. Jim Carrey. Phil Cornwell.
Phil Cornwell, yeah, I remember him. He did.
He used to do-
He was the
Oh,
guy that
yeah.
was Gilbert, the puppet thing in Get Fresh on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, and he used to do Mick Jagger, didn't he?
Yeah, Stella Street. That was
Yeah,
it.
Ray's got it. Phil Cool.
Michael Caine, didn't he? He was always doing Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Always doing Michael Caine. Won a lot of money out of Michael Caine. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. All the comedy impressions. Nobody got free, so no winners.
Yeah, oh, Duncan with his foreign comedy
Yeah,
impressions.
French impressionists.
Yeah. Pablo Picasso was Spanish, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. So not French.
See. Okay, this memory of the week.
Memory of the week.
Yes, indeed, good people of Internet Land. We are here 83 episodes in, asking you about what was your earliest memory? What was the first thing you remember? Now, I asked Tom and Jeanette, and I said this the other day. We did a memory afternoon at Warsnop House, which is near the other side of town.
top of my road,
Top of your road, top of the road to you.
a road to you.
It was very nice. Nice group of people. We had a really nice, chilled afternoon. Put some pictures up soon. But we asked about early memories there, and I just thought my earliest memory was, and still is, we used to go to Jaywick on holiday every year, once a year for a week. Usually had a chalet, excuse me, bit of a snifter today. We had a chalet on the front, and my first memory is, you know, those machines you used to put coins in, and as kids you could sit on them and they were an animal, and then they'd just sort of rock back and forward. Well, there was one outside the shop at Jaywick where they sold newspapers, cigarettes, and buckets and spade type affair. Still there, I believe. And I remember I was 6, 7, 8 maybe, and I thought I was riding a dolphin because it was a dolphin. My mum put in a farthing or whatever it was, and I just rocked back, and I thought I was on the sea as riding a dolphin for real. I wasn't. It's my earliest memory. What's yours, Jeanette Lyons?
Oh, my earliest memory is going to hospital with my dad and my brothers to pick up my baby sister. That was really nice.
Oh,
So,
that's a good thing.
yeah,
I thought you left her behind or something.
Did she make you dinner on the day?
No, but I primed her. She was told, you got to look after your big sister.
Yeah, from now on, lunch is prepared.
Actually, I think I've got a vague memory of something even earlier than that. And it was when my little brother was just born. He was still in a pram. So, and my mum being pregnant with Lorraine. But it's more, kind of almost snapshots. I can kind of vaguely remember feelings. I really liked my pretty blue dress and my little red shoes. And I remember my big brother was kind of pushing me about. And I'm like, don't mess up my shoes or my dress. But yeah, so I must have only been 2 or 3. So
Nice. That's
early memory.
early, Jeanette. That's early. I can't remember that early.
Well, yeah, even when going to hospital to get Lorraine, she's 3 years younger than me, so I'd have only been 3. Yeah.
I don't know if I can get it to the
I can't remember
screen.
anything from yesterday.
That was one. I don't really remember it, but I'm quite small with my dad. I caught my finger and thumb in a deck chair and it chopped it off. And they rushed me to hospital to sew it back.
Ooh.
And I must have been, 2 there or something. I feel it in winter, but otherwise it's okay. Tom, early memories? How far back do your mind go?
Yeah, quite early, I think. Again, I don't know. It sort of gets a bit vague, doesn't it? It sort of goes sort of like a bit hazy. But I mean, until I was 6, I lived in Spain, so it was.
See.
So it was sort of quite a different sort of upbringing, and yeah, I mean, I just used to play on the beach. Really, I think that's all I did. But I can remember. And in those days on the beach, there were fishermen that lived on the beach in huts. I mean, whole families,
Lived on the beach in huts?
Yeah,
Wow.
and you would go down there, and that they had kids, and you would sort of just go swimming, and occasionally we'd go out. And I can remember once I think we were on a rock, and there was a big octopus, and I can remember it sticking to my arm, so it's sort of like a sensation. I could feel the suckers still.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and there was lots of sort of things like that, vague sort of things.
Yeah, no. It's like Jeanette said. You both sort of alluded to a sense you get. It's sort of like sometimes when you think of early memories, they're sort of like a tingly sort of feeling of vaguely I can remember a sense of how I felt, or something like Tom with something on my arm.
Also, actually, something that really sort of stuck in my foot, actually, not in my mind, is that I stood on some nails.
Oh.
There was a plank. Just going back to your accidents, that's what reminded me, really. And I was walking along, and I stood on 3 nails.
Ooh.
And what I remember more than that is that they would come and give you your tetanus injections in your bum. But I remember that they used to heat the needle up in a tin on a fire.
So it's red hot?
So they would boil the water.
Sterilize it?
Yeah, sterilize it in a tin. So the syringe wasn't like one of these throwaway ones.
Wow.
It was an old style syringe, and I can remember it. So it was in almost like
You're not going to forget that, are you?
sardine can, which you then stuck in your bum.
And it burns, my ring of fire, my ring of fire. Oh, Tom, that's horrible.
But sort of accidents.
I remember an accident, actually. I had forgotten it. I won't go into it. It involved my hands and corrugated iron and a play place. And it ended in a good memory that I got to sort of snuggle next to my dad in the bed. When I was a little kid.
I mean, Jeanette and I used to live down Forest Road, in the same place. And if you remember, in those days, Forest Road didn't go anywhere, did it? It ended.
When I lived there, it had an opening each end.
Well, you had to go
one on Hickory Avenue and one on Hawthorne Avenue.
Really? When was that?
Early 1920s.
Late 70s.
Oh,
right. Because when I lived there, it didn't. It stopped. It stopped. It didn't go all the way to Hawthorne Avenue. So where Ashdown Way was, or Ashdown.
Yeah.
You turn, if you came down Ashdown Way, you turn left. It stopped there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So just before the church.
Right.
So you had to walk through like a little bit of woods to the church.
Yeah.
And I remember going in there, and it was like full of stinging nettles, and I fell over and landed in them face first.
You remember that?
I think I just remember all the like accidents, really.
You do. At least you get no arthritis in your face, Tom.
No, I've never had arthritis in the face. Everywhere else.
That's why, because of the stinging.
Yeah.
That old wife's towel didn't work for me, that one. Luckily, I didn't do my face. Let's read a couple out here. Duncan says, a vivid earliest memory is of being in a cot in Brixton, looking up at the mobile as a baby in my bedroom so many years ago.
Wow. That must be, memories of being a baby.
Yeah, that's tough. That's strong memory power, that is, if you can go be a baby. Keith is possibly 3 or 4 years old on Malta, looking out of the apartment window down into the courtyard of the bar next door. Lovely.
Nice.
It's little pictures, isn't it? Karen says, my memory, my first time on a plane, I was 8 and I went to Spain with my parents and so loved it. Oh. Wendy, hi Wendy. She says, my earliest memory is my mum screaming to stop me eating a spider off the floor. I think I must have been about 2 or 3.
Just eat it off a plate where it's clean.
Yes, yeah. Put it on a plate, Wendy. What are you doing? We're civilized around here. Christine says, I remember going for walks with Anthony Newley's auntie and uncle who used to stay with us. Wow. Oh, what kind of fool am I? Oh, that's lovely. Anthony Newley's auntie and uncle. That puts you up even further on a pedestal than you were, Christine. For walks of Anthony's auntie and uncle. It's lovely. Sorry, I went on Anthony Newley on you there. Keep them coming. Keep the memories coming. We're going to have a little video now. We're moving along sharpish. We haven't got any guests today, but the guests are on video. Yes, indeed. This one is that wonderful friend of ours called Marina Florence. Have you heard of her? You should have. She's good. She's good. I'm going to take us off the screen and let Marina tell you all about this song she's going to sing, and we'll be back on the other side. Let me find the button to press.
Okay, this is called The Long Way Home, and it's really simple, that catch. So if you find yourself sitting in your room on your own, then sing along with me if you can work it out. Let's take the long way home, out on the coast road, and you can tell me stories of old, and I'll close my eyes and picture that world with the wind in our hair and the sun on our eyes, and the world firmly at our feet, and our forgotten tears. Let's take the long way home, out on the coast road, and you turn on the radio, and we'll sing along to the songs we know, with the wind in our hair and the sun on our eyes, and the world firmly at our feet, and our forgotten tears. Ooh, let's take the long way home. Let's take the long way home. Nothing else to do nothing we need to say. Nowhere that I'd rather be than taking my time with you. So baby, please, let's take the long way home. Come on, you can do it. Out on the coast road, let's take the long way home. Out on the coast road, long, long way home. Long way home. Let's take, all together now. Let's take the long way home.
Marina Florence, Take the Long Way Home. Well done, Marina. Nice seeing you there. It's funny, there was a terrible echo on mine. It sounded like a dub track here. Take the long way home. Yes, very nice, Marina. I put her address there. You'll find her with us quite soon, actually. She's with us in a few weeks live. Do join us when she is. Wendy says, my twin brothers rolled a lorry tyre at my mum as I was in her arms as she was out looking for them to get them to come in from playing out. Broke her foot. Wow. She wasn't impressed. I think I was 4, 5, and they were 6 years older. Cool. Blimey. Wendy.
Wow.
Ouch. Karen says, such a lovely voice. Thank you. Love the song. Yeah, Marina Florence. She's great. She's great. We love her.
She's the lady that wrote the theme music to the show.
She is. If you hear it at the end.
Credits. Yeah.
A song that she wrote. Yeah, she wrote with Jules Fox Allen. They came to Memory Afternoons and wrote songs based on memories shared and inspired by memories shared. Two lovely ladies, very talented. Here's the musical of the week.
Did you want to be an actor? Didn't you want to be on the stage? But you were poor and lacked opportunity. They passed you over, turned the page, and now you host a funny show on the internet. I know it's not like Broadway love, but it's the closest that you'll get when you host Musical of the Week. Come on, go and grab your popcorn. It's the Musical of the Week. We will fly, we will fly, we will touch the sky in our Musical of the Week.
There we go. Musical of the Week this week, possibly our last one. We might have to think of something else to talk about of the week. This week, we're going to start off with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It starred Dick Van Dyke, Sally Ann Howes, and Lionel Jeffries. Songs included Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Truly Scrumptious, and Hushabye Mountain. Lionel Jeffries played Dick Van Dyke's father, despite the fact that Dick Van Dyke is actually 6 months older than Lionel Jeffries. It's all about the look, I guess. In his book, Keep Moving, Dick Van Dyke mentioned during the Toot Suite segment, at 40 years old, he never bothered to warm up before a dance number. During filming, he felt something pop in his leg. He had thought he had merely pulled a muscle, but soon after, he couldn't walk without limping. He went to a doctor who told him his whole body was full of arthritis, and within 5 years, he wouldn't be able to get around at all without a cane or a wheelchair. Van Dyke responded to this prognosis by jumping up and dancing, which astounded the doctor. Almost 50 years later, in his brief role as Mr. Dawes Jr. in Mary Poppins Returns, 2018, 92-year-old Van Dyke danced without assistance.
Wow.
There we go.
That's inspirational, isn't it?
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke still doing it for the kids.
With that terrible English accent, though.
Terrible English accent. Yeah.
Blimey, Gav.
Did it get any better in the
In the sequel.
Yeah.
He still had a terrible British accent.
No limp.
One of your memory, Tom, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yeah. When did it come out?
60. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. I think I probably went to the cinemas to see it, but yeah, I sort of remember watching it with the kids really more. I think, yeah, nice film. I quite liked it.
Yeah, I think it was good with the kids. They loved it. 1968.
With the quite frightening kitty catcher.
Oh, the kitty catcher was very frightening.
And of course, it was it's an Ian Fleming, James Bond writer wrote it, didn't he?
Ritty Righty Rota. Story by Ian Fleming. Screenplay Roald Dahl and Ken Hughes. Some good names there. Jeanette, tell us about your former life as a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang fan, or not.
I have seen it, but I don't really remember all of it. I remember bits of it, some of the song bits. I don't think it captivated me enough. I do kind of remember, early memory, I think one of my brothers must have had a toy Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car, because I remember the bits that came out of the sides until they obviously broke off.
Worth a small fortune now.
Yeah, not with the bits broken off. Nothing ever
With
happened.
bits on.
So I don't really kind of, it obviously didn't inspire me much. I just remember, the odd song from it, which I obviously always liked, but don't really remember the film much.
You're truly scrumptious. You're truly, truly scrumptious. Scrumptious diddly umpush dum pum dum.
Toot sweet, toot sweet. I remember that bit.
Yeah. And you're my little Uchiku. I like that one. That was good. Okay, so the idea is we give you two things and you vote for the one that you prefer. It's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang versus West Side Story. West Side Story starred Natalie Wood, Richard Baymer, and Rita Moreno. Songs included America, Somewhere, and Maria. Director Robert Wise's original choice to play Tony was Elvis Presley. However, Presley's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, refused, since Elvis would only sing in 6 of the 12 songs and because he would not have exclusive rights to the soundtrack, which Elvis's manager always asked for.
Yeah.
It's a real mint thing that he was getting there. It was the top grossing film of 1961 in America for over $43 million. Wow. That's
Elvis must have been kicking himself.
wow.
Well, I think Colonel Tom Parker would have been kicking himself, because even if he had a bit of that, would have been a lot of money, wouldn't it?
It would have been a lot of money. Yeah,
He seemed to be not a very pleasant person, didn't he?
That's the story. That's how the story goes. Jeanette, West Side Story. Do you remember this one?
I do. I've watched it a couple of times, I think, not for a very long time, but I do remember it. And I liked the whole sharks and the jets and the kind of, the Romeo and Juliet-ness of it. I liked very much.
I don't remember it much. I did have a look at it the other day when I was researching for the show, and very stylized and been very sort of ripped off their sort of style. But it was good, and I do remember it after watching it again, but I don't remember watching it when I was young. It was before I was born. Tom, yourself, West Side Story, do you remember it?
I do, yes, and it's Emma's favourite musical. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah,
I want to be in America.
and the tunes are just great, really, aren't they? I mean, they're just such amazing tunes. Yeah.
But I think the whole film, they did this thing where the direction, I think, must have been pretty epic at the time, because I remember getting a memory of the film, the sense of heat and kind of humidity, and just from how it looked, you could kind of, you just felt how hot it was there. And so that's what I remember.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit like that Technicolor sort of film they use, isn't it? Because it was all proper film.
Very much.
Yeah.
They could really set the mood properly.
Yeah, I'm just reading. It says music was by Leonard Bernstein and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim. Big names. Big names.
Yeah. Well, Bernstein sort of started off with the lyrics and couldn't quite do it, so they got some time in because he was really young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it sort of made it in the end, really. But yeah, the music's just great. I mean, it's really great orchestrations and stuff.
I must admit, I put clips of it on the other day, and I thought, "Where's Marlon Brando?" And I've got that mixed up with what's the other one he was in? Marlon Brando. Now I've gone and forgot what he was. Not West Side Story, Guys and Dolls. Where I like the idea of Marlon Brando in a musical. Seems ridiculous thinking back, but it did happen. But not in West Side Story. Let's see what people have voted for it. So the idea is you vote for the one you prefer. While you're doing that, I will read out some comments while you're thinking about it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Keith says. He's straight in there, no messing. Wendy says, Christmas memory. Our stocking was one leg of my mum's American tan tights with a satsuma and a banana and some chocolate money and a little gift. Always a thrill to wake up Christmas morning to it. I'd still be thrilled to get one now. P.S. My vote is is West Side Story. La 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 America. We were still using my socks, my old socks, bigger socks, long socks for a while that were darned, darling. Thomas, hi Thomas, he says, Chitty for me, afternoon all. Good afternoon to you, sir. Karen says, Chitty, Chitty, bang, bang, all the way. Christine says, Chitty for me. That's probably West Side Story from The Innocent One. It is, yes. And Chitty, Chitty, bang, bang for Kim. Well, I think I know how this is going to go, but you just don't know because you two spoke so glowingly about West Side Story. So it's put a cat right amongst the pigeons.
Which is what we like to do.
Which is what you do so well. Christine says, my computer is playing up when typing. You'll get the hang of it. Computers, they're great when they work.
Got your caps lock stuck on as well. So it's making it like you're shouting at us. Which is fine.
Yeah. Great when they work, pain when they don't. What we got coming up before Jeanette goes off as a lie down in a darkened room and then adds up the winner of the musical of the week. Keep those votes coming in. We shall have a video from Marie Saunders. Marie Saunders came on, as she has many times in the past. These are from clips from previous shows. And she came on and she sang a Kinks song. Have you heard of it? Waterloo Sunset. Rather brilliant. Let's just bring it to the fore. Me and Tom and Jeanette pop off as we welcome once again Marie Saunders singing Waterloo Sunset.
I'll just say before I start, I've got my lovely sister standing just on the other side of the camera doing a little bit of percussion as well, helping me out. So it's a beautiful song by the Kinks, and I always get a sense of nostalgia when I hear this song. So this is Waterloo Sunset. Do 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 do. Dirty old river, must you keep rolling into the night? People so busy, they make me feel dizzy. Taxi lights shine so bright, but I don't need no friends as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset. I am in paradise. Every night I look at the world from my window. Chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Waterloo sunset's fine. Terry meets Julie at Waterloo Station every Friday night. But I am so lazy, I don't want to wander. I stay at home at night. But I don't feel afraid as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset. I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. Chilly, chilly is the evening time, and Waterloo sunset's fine. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo Underground. But Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. No, they don't need no friends as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset. They are in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. La la la, chilly, chilly is the evening time, and Waterloo sunset's fine. Your Waterloo sunset's fine as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset. They are in paradise. As long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise. Yeah, as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise.
There we go. Thank you very much. Lovely having Marie on the show with us today. Excellent skills there by Gemma on the percussion as well. That's a great cover. Really great voice Marie's got. Well done.
I remember she was so nervous doing that because she was very nervous about playing guitar. And, you know, I kind of get that, but she's so talented. She's got nothing to be nervous about, has she? Lovely.
No, just a great voice. Well done, Marie. Pleasure having you back. Pleasure playing the video. Just going to get a few more comments, if I may. Steve Brady, our friend, says West Side Bang Bang. I don't want to know about your personal life, Stevie boy.
Yes, we do.
Rosanna says Chatty Chatty Bang Bang. That's from Chatty Man. So she revises it to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Thank you, Rosanna. Another beautiful song, says Karen. It was indeed. Thomas says he loved that. One of my favourite songs. Yeah, I agree. One of mine. It's really nice. Very talented young lady, Marie. And I should put a website up, but I forgot to do that. So I will do that in a moment or two. Anyway, to the results. Sorry, I digress. Jeanette, what have we got for the music?
I have the results.
The musical of the week.
Winner is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you. So Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is possibly our last ever musical of the week. Sorry, West Side Story, you didn't quite make it this time. Maybe not.
Steve Brady, I took your first bit. I took the West Side bit, not Bang Bang.
Still didn't win though, did it? Still didn't win. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving along swiftly, as it's just us gorgeous three for you.
We have been very quick today, aren't we?
Yeah,
Chatty.
Yeah, is there anything you wanted to say? Because I'm just hogging it as always.
I would like to say I'm looking forward to this weekend celebrations, and next weekend, apart from going on a works do, I'm going to stay with Thomas Green for the weekend. Saturday.
What lovely!
Yeah, my little brother. So we're descending on him. Get ready. We'll bring Jack Daniels, our other friend.
I'm sure we'll hear all about it when there's formal complaints issued to the
No photos, though. No press.
It's another court appearance coming up, isn't it? It sounds a bit. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to be at court every day for 2 weeks. They might as well just throw it all at me.
Oh, terrible business. Well done, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I'll just read a couple of more comments. Our lovely Marie says, Kim, her mum. Lovely song, and Jem's playing the banana. She's playing a banana. They both work well together, and we look forward to them. They'll be joining us on the Christmas show.
There's just a knock on the door, and there's nobody in. I'm just going to nip off for a second.
I'm seeing a minute, lad. We take him off while he gets his door.
This is live, isn't it? It's absolutely live, and we can't edit any of these bits.
It's live and direct.
Nice.
Somebody said, it was Cliff as if said the other week, is like the new version of Nick Knockdown Ginger is when the Amazon man comes, quickly knocks at the door and runs away.
I think Amazon aren't too bad. Yodel, crikey, you get things from Yodel and they're pretty much thrown into your garden. So it doesn't matter if it's got fragile on it. It's just everything.
I had a parcel yesterday, and it wasn't from Amazon. It was from a chemist, Wilco's. No, it was from Wilco's. And the guy handed it to me, the box, and I hadn't realised. He handed it to me, so I couldn't see the side where it was totally ripped open.
Oh,
which I thought was very smart. Nothing was missing, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Didn't even get a parcel.
Oh no!
Oh,
was it the tally man? Was it the Little Woods Pulse?
It was, I think, somebody trying to sell me some charity thing.
Oh.
And so I said, I'm really busy. I've just got, and he said, well, I'll give you the short version. I said, you won't give me any version at all. Thank you. I'm busy. What didn't you understand about that?
I'm live and direct to the nation. The globe.
What did the guy think? What's he doing? Knocking on your door.
Well, exactly.
Exactly.
Maybe I should
sorry, Tom.
put like a little notice, do not disturb.
See you soon, Duncan. Have a good weekend. If you want to check out Marie Saunders, you go to www. You don't even need the www anymore. You just put in mariesaunders.com. It's her website. And we'll be seeing Marie and Gemma on the 17th of December. Next week on the show, we have Mr. A.D. Johnson. So if you want to join us next Friday, we have him live and direct from Colchester, from his house in Colchester. Well, he might be somewhere else, mightn't he? We don't know.
Might go on holiday.
He might go on holiday, a November holiday. Do many people go on November holidays? They probably do now because people haven't been on holiday. But
Jeanette she's going to see her little baby brother, isn't she?
Well, last weekend I was on KGB boat.
Yeah, Cambridgeshire, all the way to Cambridgeshire.
Honestly,
how the other side live. Other half, I mean. Well, nice to get away. Nice to have a break. I'm realising not having a break. I had a bit of time off last Christmas, but not having any time off since last March is starting to catch up with me. I am exhausted.
Yeah. You need a little holiday, John.
Yeah, you do need to take a break, and sort of like I've realised that to my cost.
John, I know you're still a bit nervous about going out into public and shops and things like that. How are you about seeing people on kind of much smaller level? I'm thinking.
What, tiny people?
Like Ronnie Corbett?
Like very small, short people.
But for not a long time. Because I was thinking it might be nice if you wanted to come round for some gluten-free dinner one evening.
Ah, that's very kind of you.
Dawn.
Bring the dog, bring the wife.
And the wife. Yeah, bring them all. I'd do gluten-free.
Thank you, that's very kind. I do go out to shops. I mean, I wear a mask wherever I go if I'm indoors. I don't like people leaning over me, but I'm quite used to going out. I don't really want to go out to packed gigs. It's just gone. It's not returned for me. It's strange. Just not really interested. I think that's part about people and part about tinnitus. When I went out last time, I got really bad tinnitus and it hurts quite a lot sometimes. So when I get loud noises, but that's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Well, sort something out if you like.
Yes, that's very good. It's very good of you. But yeah, I stay at home and work a lot on the Warm and Toasty Club. I also record songs, Yes, recording an album. Yes. Very, very well progressing. But yeah, I do go out. here and there. Do you two go out much nowadays? Let's have a quick word on that one, could we?
I went to the art centre last week and saw
Jenny
Jenny
Eclair.
Eclair, and it was fabulous, the funniest thing I've been to. But I was quite nervous because it was a sellout crowd, and there was not much mask wearing. And yeah, I've done one lateral flow since then, but I feel fine. But yeah,
Good.
I kind of a bit weirded after that. It was like, oh. But I don't go to many places at all. I don't even like going in shops. So.
Yeah, I mean, shops is all right now. It's not too bad. Nobody wears a mask. Sorry, 20% wear a mask in Colchester, in my estimation. In some shops, it's nil, except me.
I went to Sainsbury's this morning at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and didn't really see any masks at all. And there was no going in this door and out the other one. I usually go to Tesco where it's still kind of like one way ish. Yeah, it wasn't all like that. Even in the road bit where it's like one way with big arrows on the road, they were still coming up at me.
It's a free for all, isn't it? Yeah,
it is a bit.
I mean, and we're doing the in-person afternoons. We had a really nice one at Greenstead the other week, and we had me and Tom again. Tom comes along and does it with me, and we had a great one at Warsnop House near Jeanette's. But you did a gig, Tom. Am I right in thinking recently?
Yeah.
How was that? How did it feel apart from sort of just playing?
Yeah. I mean, I do go out, and funnily enough, I've been out on this. So
on the Lash, no?
Well, yeah, sort of, because the people we play in that band with that I played at the art centre. So it's sort of like there's four of us, so Emma and myself, and then sort of two other people, and we haven't seen them since June. So we had to do quite a lot of rehearsal in a very short space of time. So we decided to do it up the pub. on Sunday night, and ended up, and some other people then came in the pub, and so we ended up going to the Foresters and to the Ale House,
and
then ended up coming back here and having some.
Have you got the wind? Is there a wind?
There's somebody drilling next door, I think.
Oh, right. Very musical.
And did the gig go well, Tom? Was it when you got there?
Yeah, I mean it was nice actually. And
good.
And it's like a French evening really, so with sort of French music.
Oui.
And it's probably the most popular one there's been. Actually, because I think we've done maybe 3 or 4 over the last, 4 or 5 years or something.
You should put up the name of the Facebook page for the Meddlers, your band, so people can go to it.
Well, that isn't the Meddlers, but that's a different. It's a French dance band.
Chasson d'Amour, whatever they're called.
Les Hirondelles.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's a wine, isn't it? Hirondelle.
It is, but it's the
lovely drop.
It's swallows. Hirondelle is swallow, as in the bird, not drink.
Swallowing wine.
Yeah.
I heard it through the grapevine. That's lovely. I'm glad it went well.
Yeah.
Shall we do poem of the week?
Yes.
It's poem of the week. It's sometimes short and sweet. It's
short today.
Of the
Short today.
week, and it's always magnifique.
It is always magnifique. I hope you like it. So this one, I'm dedicating this poem to Christine Jackson, and you'll know why when I get to the end of this. So this poem is called Stuck on You, and it's by Kenneth J. Miller. Your sucrose, your glucose, your fructose and more, from your head to your feet, which are stuck to the floor. Your Hershey's, your Snickers, your sweet English toffee. If you spit in my cup, you'll just sweeten my coffee. I love you so much that I'm getting frenetic, but I can't even kiss you 'cause I'm diabetic. That's called Stuck on You by Kenneth J. Miller. And that was dedicated to Chrissy, because I'm sure she won't mind me saying that both her and I are diabetic. And we go for the sugar-free biscuits when we're allowed to at live Warm and Toasty Club events.
Yeah, they're not the greatest treat, are they? Sugar-free biscuits.
Do you know what? When you don't eat any other kind of biscuits, they're fantastic. And they do these, look, sugar-free chocolate digestives. And I've got a whole selection.
Sounds delicious. Yeah.
It's better than no biscuit. And if it's dipped into your coffee, it's much
Well,
better.
I was on them. I was using them for quite a while because my sugar levels were getting a bit too high, and I was on them, and they were all right. They were okay.
But
No,
you're
I've
gluten-free.
stopped that.
How do you deal with the gluten side? So it's sugar or gluten?
Just have one, and sort of it wasn't. I get away with little bits. If I, sometimes you can have, if you're gluten free, sometimes you can have a normal type of thing and have a small amount, and it causes you all sorts of pain. And sometimes you just have a little of another, and it's okay. Bread, I can't go near. Pasta.
I
wouldn't go-
remember eating with you at your house once, and it was so delicious. I remember it so well because it was fantastic, and it was wraps where you put all different bits and pieces in. You kind of build your own wrap, and they weren't gluten-free wraps. And you said then that it seemed to be a thing that you could eat that didn't bother you.
Yeah, they're very, very lucky. I have them, and they don't cause me any pain. But I can't have lots. Have one. Yeah, love doing them wraps. What's nice when you make your own wraps and then you put them under the sort of griddle thing, and that's really nice. But now I don't have. I've gone off crisps, cake, and biscuits because I was too Fat Boy Jono. I am currently Fat Boy Jono.
Are you
I'm working on it?
No, I saw you at the live Warm and Toasty thing a few weeks
Fat Boy
ago.
Jono, Fat
I
Boy
didn't
Jono.
think you were that big.
Yeah. I had a belly fitted over a lockdown that was sort of bigger than normal. Gimme 5 bellies, as they used to call it.
My friend Gary is gluten-free, and I really struggle sharing food with him if we go out and we have sweet things, because when they take out the gluten and they put in extra sugar.
Yeah, they do.
So it's not surprising you're going to struggle with stuff, because I can't eat sugar, Gary can't eat gluten, so we're not very good with the
and that's the thing when you were saying about sugar-free biscuits. If you have the gluten-free alternative biscuit, they are just ridiculously sweet. Just ridiculously sweet, just to make them taste of something. So I don't buy them.
Tom, you're so lucky. Is there anything you can't eat?
No, he eats it all, doesn't he?
He does, look. Yeah.
Actually, there are a few things that I don't that
you don't like or don't agree with you.
That don't agree with me now. I never used to have, but like some grains. If I eat some grain, they're a bit sort of like just a bit sort of achy in the tummy sort of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
So you don't eat granary bread or seeded bread and things like that?
No, I do. It's one particular thing. I can't remember what it is now. It's not like I eat it a lot, but yeah. So I think maybe as you get older, things sort of like, I don't know, you either tend to notice them more or. But apart from that, no. I mean, I don't really have a problem.
He eats everything.
There are things that I don't like to eat, but but then there's not many of those either, really.
Oh, I eat nearly everything.
Yeah,
That's
the thing. Food's so nice, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's lovely. Yes, I'm making dinner tonight for people, and I'm it's something I haven't made for about 10, 15 years. So that'd be interesting. But it's paprika chicken.
Paprika chicken. Oh, look at you.
But I'm going fat-free creme fraiche.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, well, I had my friend staying last night, so like food that you remember, thinking about memory afternoons, is that I really love egg and chips.
Oh yes,
that's it's sort of almost like my favorite food. So I do this sort of like, there's a sort of like a Spanish recipe, which is, they call it broken eggs, and it's basically potatoes, onions, peppers, and an egg, just broken up over it. And it's like the best egg and chips that you can possibly ever have, because like the potatoes are cooked in just like about that much olive oil, And so it's just like really sort of quite indulgent, but really lovely. Yeah.
That's lovely. Lorraine's rather partial to ham, egg, and chips, and every couple of months or so she might make that. We've even got a crinkle cutter for our chips.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah, very lovely.
You never have a clear sideboard, will you? With all your gear.
I need a
Crinkle.
big house just for Lorraine's cookery stuff.
Oh wow.
She doesn't realise that I'm going to be selling this place and buying a smaller house so that I can have a garage for my motorbike. But she'll be expecting a bigger kitchen. It's not
And
going to be a big kitchen, it'll be
storage.
smaller.
Storage for your crinkle cutter.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I've never heard
have
of it.
it tonight. I've decided I'm not going to do saute potatoes. I'm going to do crinkle cut oven chips.
I didn't know that was a thing, that you could buy things to crinkle your chips.
Yeah, it's a sort of curated.
Blade that's kind of curvy.
I haven't lived, have I?
You have,
I can go and get it if you want.
No, stay where you are.
not too much excitement for one day.
I couldn't bear it. I'd just be overcome with emotion. Christine said
Gadget heaven here.
Christine loved the poem. Thank you, she says. And Kim says that was a great poem, Jeanette.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being with us. That's about us, I think. I don't think there's anything else that we need to say other than we think you're lovely. And we appreciate you being with us. I know it's sort of the in-between days now, people rushing around getting Christmas presents or sort of like staying in and avoiding it and buying it all on the internet and being busy on the computer doing so. But we're thankful that you take the time to be with us. And it's nice seeing you on the online memory afternoons as it is on the in-person afternoons. We're back next week with Mr. Adi Johnson singing live. Tom and Jeanette and myself will be here for your pleasure, for your delight and your delectation. We wish you all a good week, don't we, guys?
Yes. Have a lovely week, everyone. See you next Friday.
Bye. Have a good week.
Have a good week, all. Bye for now. See you next Friday. Don't know why I'm doing an American accent, but there we go.
We've all got a tale to tell. Times were not always so. But putting it all aside, we made it through by and by. It's warm and toasty in here. Share our laughter, sometimes tears. You'll be welcome with a cup of tea and a biscuit, maybe 2 or 3, wrapped in a little white cloth, cooking for hours in the old iron pot. There's a jam roly-poly for tea, enough for you and Dad and Grandma and me. What did we like the most? Fish paste sandwich or peas on toast? Nothing could come close to bubble and squeak the day after our son